swear to God, I could have been Freddie Gray. A Mike Brown getting down with a...
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. The Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen, I was by the stove. Big inside this case is one. Do me dirty, I'ma find you, lay your out on the floor. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone, I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been on my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 319! 319! Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll run it here. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
action. Johnson sliding out of the pocket. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Detroit!
Johnson on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, Johnson. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. And they'll go on the ground. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Watch it now, Barney!
Right back to him on 1st down. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that when he had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him?
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney! Watch it now, Barney!
He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They go play action here on 1st down. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Lucky 56.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Lucky 56. Hot.
Throwing again. Fields. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
3 down, 3 down. Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Over. All right, now, Lucky 56, Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now Johnson, off play action. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
Detroit!
Johnson now, off the play fake. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here's Johnson on first down. Steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Gone!
To throw on second down, Johnson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Johnson throwing on first down. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Off the bootleg, Johnson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a third down.
Detroit!
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. And on the ground they go with the running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing on first down. Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep now for McCoy. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gun! 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 Gun!
Off the play fake. Fields trying to lay one up deep, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Eluding the pressure right. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away at second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Johnson, off play action, and he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Johnson now, off the play fake, flush to his right. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Johnson on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead now, they're not close to the 1st down.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. First down, Fields. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Off play action. Fields escaping the pressure right. Now this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll running right through it. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 51 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now they try the right side here. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields. And his throw here's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun. Fields. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Green 39. Green 39. Over.
Off the play fake. Johnson. Wide open receiver complete. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Johnson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. 3:19. 3:19.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
Set. 3:19. 3:19.
And they'll run it here. And a short gain down to about the 33. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Gone.
Looking to throw. Johnson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football. Everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Gone.
Off play action. Fields. Now he's going to throw deep right. And got his man complete. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, little 360. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Gone! Detroit! Gone!
from the gun. Fields. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On now is the Packers punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Final 12 seconds of the half now, as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Johnson throwing on 1st down, buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
No. Check. Patriot. Leopard.
Johnson now. A final shot before break. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 3-19. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To throw on 2nd down, Fields finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 7, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Packers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Off the play fake. Fields. Looking downfield for Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Here's Here's Johnson. Off play action. Rolling to his right. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Johnson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And they'll go on the ground. There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
On 3rd down, that's Wallace, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10. Another drive bogs down, but for the 4th time, they're able to escape with 3 points.
And this last one gives them the lead, so that's a good thing. And they've needed every one of these field goals, but it has to feel good to them to know that confidence is there. If we do bog down, they'll give us 3 points.
Now the Packers get set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a handoff looking right. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. 3 down. Detroit!
Off play action. Fields. He sets to fire deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Detroit!
And on the ground they go with a running back. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Hot!
Now they'll run it on the toss. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
No,
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
Now they try the right side here. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead out in front at 13-12. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a handoff looking right. And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Johnson on 1st and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Ends up a nice 2nd down for them.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Back now at Lambeau. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. They try the right side here. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
3rd and short. They'll try and pick it up through the air. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. In for the score. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff, and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
Operating from the gun, Johnson. And this is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Back to throw. Fields dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Packers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
From the gun, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit!
Now a handoff looking right, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now Johnson off the play fake. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, As soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Johnson now on third down. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Lucky 56.
Off the play fake. Fields. Looking deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Gone! Detroit!
To throw again. Fields. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are back within a score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, a nice spin. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Here's Johnson. Off play action. Flushed out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on. And this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Gone! No. Check. Patriot! Gone!
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Packers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Gone!
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they don't get the reception. Incomplete. So now they're down to 17 seconds remaining. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Gone! Detroit! Gone!
back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Now one more shot at it. Obviously, again, they've got to go for the end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen before. How about Aaron Rodgers throughout his career? He seems to pull it off about every other week. But if I'm the defense, I'm rushing the quarterback and making him move away from his throwing arm. That makes it a little bit tougher to get it downfield.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Seahawks, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they go down to defeat here in